Okay, it's time for another open stage review, Denver edition. This time is for Tavern on 26, which is in Wheat Ridge, 26 in Kipling, west side town. Um, this is a good open stage. I've been there. I've been there twice. It's a decent open stage. Been there twice. Once when it was being hosted outside on the patio, and once this most recent time when it was inside in the tavern proper. And there's some pluses and minuses to both. Um, so I'll say this: you get 3 songs. The format is 3 songs. It is very important to note that really, as a best practice, you need to get in touch with the hosts and sign up in advance. I did not realize that this was going to be the case because the last time I was there a year ago, I could have sworn that I just showed up and played, but that may not actually be true. My buddy Hal and the Stunt Beatles might have taken care of that for us. I can't remember, unfortunately. But the bottom line is you need to find the Facebook page for Monday Night Madness at Tavern on 26. I don't know if it contains that entire thing. Figure it out and message them to get put on the list. The list was full when I showed up at 6:30. I was fortunate that somebody had canceled and that there's one slot left that they plugged me into. Otherwise, I just would have been out of luck. So, when it is being conducted inside in the tavern proper, as it was today, the main benefit is that this is a place you could fit a band and that there's a really nice bop kit that I happen to know is from Rupp's Drums, which is maybe the best drum shop in Denver. It has a really nice set of cymbals for a house kit. A lot of house kits have kind of iffy cymbals. So take advantage of that if you are someone who wants to bring your band into play, that there's a house kit that's available. Just use it, and that will save you a lot of time in setup. They do not. So try to silence me. I'm going to say it. They do not have a full backline. Like there's not a bass amp, a guitar amp. You need to bring the rest of your stuff for your band, but drums are taken care of. When it was conducted outside, when I played it a year ago, they did not bring the drums outside. They had a little tiny djembe that I made use of when playing with the Stunt Beatles reunion show that we did there. And they had, a handful of other kind of instruments, but for the most part, don't be counting on house instruments. And if it is outside, you might inquire. If you require that drum set, ask about it so they kind of know. Because I've seen pictures of them having it outside, but that wasn't the case when I was there. They might not bother doing that unless they kind of know that somebody's going to need it. So, Tavern on 26th. The bottom line is, it's a good, decent open stage. It's run well. You get 3 songs. The sound is pretty good. When it's inside, you do have to deal with some distractions. It is a sports bar, and this is on Monday night, and so like right now it's Monday Night Football, and that was on. People are talking about it. People are reacting to the game. People are having conversations. It's not, it's not the open stage is not the sole focus, and it is a fairly small room, fairly small place, and so you are going to have to deal with a certain amount of distraction. It's not really fair to throw this in there, but I'm going to say it, which is that both times I was there, like, the sense of community was kind of, it wasn't as strong. It wasn't as strong as I would have liked. And I don't know if that's always the case. I don't know if that's because of the competing din. I don't know if that's because of that, really what it is that I'm an outsider, and that maybe it's just that they are very tight-knit with each other, and I didn't feel like it was as supportive in general. Like, I didn't feel like everyone was always listening to each other's sets. I felt like sometimes players were talking to each other. I felt like because you've got to sign up in advance, that's gonna, as I've talked about in Open Stage Diaries, and the reason that I don't do advanced signups, one of the big reasons I don't do advanced signups is it leads to dive bombing. It leads to people like showing up 5 minutes before they're going to play, and they're making a bunch of noise as they get in and get ready. Then they play, and then they talk, and then they go. So as far as like the community sense, there's my limited experience is that it's it could be stronger, but as far as like the fundamentals of the hosting, time management is good, sound is good, the hosts are very friendly. You just need to make sure you sign up in advance. All right, I think I've said everything there is to say about it probably 3 times in a row. So Tavern on 26, I played it twice, and I would play it again if only for that. It's a great place for me to try to get the Stump Beetles together. So to use that kit, that kit's nice. All right, until next time, see you at the open stage.